So let's talk very briefly, because I know we've talked a little bit about the MMA stuff too long. How long, if at all, did you have a non-compete from the WWE? Did you have the standard 90-day, or was it you're free to go today?
Ironically, I was free to go that day I signed. There were no strings attached. Vince McMahon released me that day, and I was free to do whatever I wanted. And, I was very grateful for that because, not that I was planning on going anywhere else at that particular time. When I signed the release, I just wanted to get out. I wanted to break. I wanted to get away. And when I did, all these promotions started calling me, contacting me, and were interested in signing me. And it was like, okay, why am I, I didn't want to sign with anyone but WWE. In other words, I was going to take a break and come back.
Right.
I wanted to show my loyalty to WWE, but when I started thinking about the different promotions contacting me and the interest they had and the money they wanted to give me, I was like, I wasn't even happy in WWE. Why do I want to go back? So it was like, why am I thinking that way? Why am I pigeon-toeing myself to stay in the company when I didn't want to be there in the first place? And, a lot of it was my fault, the actions that I did. The one thing I do regret about WWE is when I got injured, I didn't take enough time to rest. I always rushed back because I always wanted to get back as quickly as possible. And that's why I didn't enjoy my career there. It was my fault. But I do remember I was not happy there. So I had opportunities to go elsewhere, and I was going to pursue them.
Well, what's interesting is, when you leave WWE, and don't get me wrong, back then and even now, WWE is the big league of professional wrestling, but that comes with a trade-off. You're not as in control of your creative. Somewhere else, you're going to have more control creatively and more say. But in addition to that, you're probably going to have a much more strenuous travel schedule with WWE. So if you could enjoy a lighter schedule and have more say over your creative for maybe not the same money, but not too far off, that all of a sudden looks very attractive, right?
Oh, yes. You all those things that you listed that you just said is exactly why I want to pursue another company. Especially the money. And not only that, it's working less dates, a lot less dates. And that's what I wanted. And that's the kind of deal that I was looking for. And ironically, TNA is the one that offered it.
I want to mention too, because, context is king, is what Eric Bischoff always says. When someone, I think a lot of our listeners just think of Kurt Angle, the wrestler. And so when they hear, for a lot less dates, they think, Kurt didn't want to work. Yeah. I also want to contextualize this. Kurt's also at the time a husband and a father. So think about that. You want to be home with your wife and kids too, right? You don't want to be in an airport and in a different Marriott somewhere across the globe every single night. It would be nice to take your kids to school and see a little league ball game, et cetera, et cetera. But when you're living on the road, you forfeit all of that. So, less dates doesn't mean I don't want to work. It means work is not more important than everything else in my life, including my family. Right.
Right. And also don't forget, it'll prolong your career.
Sure.
States, you're going to have a longer career. You're going to be able to go many more years. So, to take both of those things into consideration, it's a no-brainer why you'd want to do it.